Hello. In this topic, we're going to take a look at BODS, which stands for SAP Business Objects Data Services, and how to do the entire configuration in terms of bringing data and transforming data using BODS into the target HANA. BODS is an ETL tool. ETL stands for extraction, transformation, and loading. BODS provides all those functionalities. So you can do data integration, data profiling, data quality, and processing for unstructured data and other kinds of text processing in one place. We will discover some key functionalities of BODS which we will use in conjunction with HANA. So the activities which we will do are a little bit abstruse for the lack of a better word. So let's slowly take it one step at a time and then you will get used to it. Okay, so this is BODS and this is our source system. So source system is an SAP ECC system and our target system is the HANA target system. Our goal is to bring this particular table called KNA1 from the source to the target, and in the process we can apply transformations if you want to. Now the first thing which you need to do is to create a data source. Now what is a data source? A data source is nothing but, you can think about it as a repository which holds the connection details and the metadata of tables which you want to send to the target. Similarly, you need to create a data source to talk to the target as well, because this particular data source will hold the connection details and the metadata. Now at the point of creation, this data source does not know about the target and this target does not know about the source, because they are just connected as data source and you can use it in any fashion, whether source or target, it does not matter at this stage. Once you create the data source, then you can import the metadata of the table in question from the source system into the data source. So at this stage what we are doing is we are bringing the metadata, table structure of the table in the source system into the data source. And similarly you need to bring the metadata of the table in question from the target into the data source. There are some workarounds for this, we will see that as well. Now you must be wondering why we should do that, because our scenario is that we want to be able to work with the table structure. That is, we want to be able to chop the columns, or we want to be able to reduce the number of rows, or we want to make a join, or there are plenty of other transformations which you can apply in BODS. So for that you need to know the structure of the table. So that's why we do this. Similarly, now when you want to create the structure in the target, you need to have the general knowledge about the target metadata, and then if you are performing any transformations, then this data source will help you to write back to the target. Now once this plumbing is over, then you can create a project, and then you can create a batch job, and then you can create a data flow, and then in the data flow we are going to actually map the source metadata to the target metadata and perform some transformations and then validate this job, and then finally we will run this job. So in a snapshot, this is what we are going to be doing in the BODS section.